STL tutorial. This is part 3. In this part, we are going to be going over collision detection for the main player. Alright. So, first things first. Let's start. Alright, so if our player dot x is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to set it back to 0. So our player dot x equals 0. Now if our player dot x plus our player dot width is greater than or equal to 640, because that's the window width, then I'm going to set our player dot x equals to 640 minus our player dot width. So now it's like right at that position again. Now let's do the y-axis. First let's build around this up. Let me think about it. Yeah, alright. So there we go. Now the player can move up. Now the player won't go out of bounds, but we can't move him yet. So let me show you what's going on in case you missed it. See, so we have our blocks and stuff, everything's here, but the player can't be moved yet, so. Oh yeah, we did that in the last tutorial. So yeah, see. So you can see the player's not moving out of bounds. Let me remove these blocks so you can see better. Alright, now let's build and run this. Alright, so now as you can see, the player won't go past 0. Same with the other axis. So it won't go past the window width either. This is good because now the player can't go out of bounds. Alright, so I'll uncomment that. Now let's do the x. So if our let's do the enemy actually. So if our enemy dot x is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to set our enemy dot x to 0. Same with the player. So just like we did with the player. Now if our enemy dot x plus our enemy dot width is greater than or equal to 640. Then we are going to set our enemy dot x to 640 minus our enemy dot height. No, dot width, excuse me. Alright, that's good. Now we can build around this. See how it goes. Guys, I decided that we'll set up the x. Now, alright, so if our enemy dot x is not less than 0, no. So if not our enemy x greater than or equal to 0, so that means if the enemy is not greater than or equal to 0, So inbounds. No, so the player's not out of bounds. Now we want to check the direction. So we're going to need a direction variable. So we can use integer or boolean for this to be more appropriate. So let's use a boolean value. Alright, so let's name this. I'm going to erase this right now. Let's make it a boolean value. Let's name it enemy move left. Enemy move left. Moving works too. Let's set this to true. So now when the game starts, the character will be moving to the left. Alright, so now now we have to do tests against this variable. So now if we're not so if the character is inbounds, then we're going to check for an enemy moving left. So now we're going to do enemy.y minus equals 10. So basically if we're moving left, we want the character to move left. Now we need an else if. So else if enemy moving, so else if not enemy moving. So if enemy moving left equals false, then we need to do our enemy.y plus equals 10. So basically this is how we're going to change direction. Alright, and now that code is done. But now we need to actually switch the variable. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to paste it down again. Wait a minute. We don't actually need this. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we don't need that to test against variables. Can we just delete this? You know what? It would be better if I just delete the entire if statement. Yeah. Alright guys, so if our enemy is less than 0, our enemy.x is less than or equal to 0, then that means we want to switch it to moving right. So we set our enemy moving left to false. So now the enemy is now moving to the right. Else if our enemy.x plus our enemy.width is greater than or equal to 640, then we want to set enemy moving left to true, because now we're going to move to the left. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Let me look for our errors and stuff that we need to fix. Alright guys. Yeah. So in part 4, I'm going to finish writing this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in Tutorial 9 Part 4. Game Corporation signing off.